Hey guys, happy Friday or Saturday, Sunday, whenever you're watching this. I'm posting it on Friday, but happy whatever day of the week it is for you when you're watching this. And hopefully you're going to get a laugh out of this video, more of a laugh than I'm going to have telling it because it was really embarrassing for me. My hair is so long. It's No Shave November, by the way, when this is being posted. My face is becoming fuzzy and my hair is untamable right now. Anyways, chances are you clicked this link because you read the title and you thought, Weener Cleaner. Yeah, it's a long story and it's an embarrassing one for me nonetheless. It's a funny story to be told, I guess. Not for me, but it will be for you. Guarantee you laugh. So here's the story. And I don't get embarrassed like ever. I can probably count it on one hand as many times as I've been embarrassed in my life. It's just, I mean, I don't get embarrassed. Well, I was a senior in college. And this was 2 or 3 years ago. It wasn't that long ago. I've lost track of when I graduated. People ask me all the time, when did you graduate college? I'm like, a couple years ago. I don't remember the year. If you know the year, let me know so I know. And then I can tell people. That would be helpful. Anyways, I say anyways a lot. I was an RA for the dorm that I lived in. RA, if you don't already know, stands for Resident Assistant. We were like mini policemen, per se. I only got hired for the senior year, so I was really the only new guy on staff. We had our staff meetings Monday nights. Well, what had happened was we were drawing a name to buy a gift. We have an RA and an RD dinner every year. Once everybody leaves, we get everybody moved out. That evening, we actually had a pretty formal dinner. You know, you dressed up, not so much a tie. So we had to draw a name, and it would have been different if we were drawing for the people we worked with. There was 6 or 7 of us in the building that I worked in, so we were all pretty close. So I drew my name. I won't say the person's name, but I didn't know who he was. So I was like, what do we normally do for gifts? We usually just do gag gifts. It's not a big deal. A couple dollars, $5, $10. We do gag gifts, and it'll be really funny. I'm like, okay, I can do that. I like gag gifts. That was the end of it. I thought we were doing gag gifts. It was actually the night before. I had Kara with me up in my room, and I was like, I got to get this guy something for Christmas. I don't know what he likes, and they're all telling me that, we do gag gifts. She was like, well, why don't you get him a Weener Cleaner? And I'm like, that's a perfect idea. So in the family, we do gag gifts here. So not too long before that, I think it was the Christmas before, we were handing this thing off as a gift, and it's a prank gift, and it comes and it's a bar of soap with a hole in the middle of it, and it's got all these little catchy phrases on it. I'm going to put it up, actually an image on the screen, but what it was just a prank gift, and we had done it in my family, and I was like, well, I don't know who's got it, and I can't go home and get it right now, so how about I make one? I went in my closet and found just a bar of Dial soap, hadn't used it before. What we do is we take a pair of scissors and we poke through the hole of it, and we cut enough of a groove in the middle. I was like, okay, let's file it down, just try to make this as official as possible. And I'm like, what can I put this in? She was like, well, put it in the box and we'll cut this paper out and we'll put some of these funny sayings on there like caution, could cause shrinkage, and all this other stuff. It's looking pretty good. We're laughing about it. We're like, oh, he's gonna get a good kick out of this. Everybody's gonna laugh. I'm gonna have the best prank gift ever. So anyways, the day comes, I'm getting dressed and I come downstairs and everybody else has got their gift, and it's a pretty decent sized box, and I'm like, okay. So everybody's dressed up. There's men and women. All the RAs are gonna be there. All the RDs, the bosses. Whew, this is where it gets bad, and this is where it gets tough for me to tell. So we get there and they've got all this food spread out, and I'm excited. Well, we get in there and everybody's talking, and you take your gift and you put it underneath the tree. Then we all get a table, and we're still talking, and everybody's like, well, what'd you end up getting him? I'm like, well, I got him a Weener Cleaner. And they said, you got him a what? And they started laughing. I said, I got him a Weener Cleaner. I did what you said, right? I mean, it's all gag gifts. The whole table busted out freaking laughing. They pulled a fast one on me, and I was just like, this is incredible. Are you serious right now? But dude, we got great gifts for our people. We spent like $20 to $30, and I'm like, I'm giving this guy a bar of soap with a hole in the middle of it and a $5 bill. I'm shaking at this point. I'm in deep trouble. I'm going to look like a jerk to this guy that I got a bar of soap with a hole in the middle of it. So what I do is freak out essentially. I mean, what would you do? You would freak out too if you got some guy a bar of soap with a hole in the middle of it, called it Weener Cleaner, and wrote all these profane jokes on top of it. So then I'm like, oh please, I hope we just go up and we find the box with our name on it, because you don't put who it's from on there. And I'm like, man, maybe we can just walk up and everybody grabs their own gift. Austin, you's wrong again, son. That's not the way it worked. And basically it was time to get on to the gifts. And at this point, even right now, I'm a little nervous because, like I said at the beginning of this, I don't get embarrassed easy at all. It says, I need a volunteer. And what we're going to do this is, you're going to grab the gift you bought for somebody and you're going to take it to them and you're going to stand there while they open it. This is over with. You're going to look like a complete fool. Name by name, people are going and they're taking gifts, and the whole time I'm sitting there at the table like this, like, please don't bring it to me. Please don't bring it to me. Everybody at the table, all the buddies that pulled the trick on me, are cracking up. I am in pain. I'm in agony because I am so embarrassed. The guy that I'm giving it to is sitting at a table with all females. So to make matters worse, he's going to read all these things and pull out this bar of soap with a hole in the middle of it, surrounded by women. Finally, my name is up. The girl that bought for me brings the gifts to me. She gives me this great big basket, and there are these brownies. I bet she used 3 or 4 brownie mixes to make these. They were wonderful. Then, it wasn't just that. She brings a basket from AutoZone, you know, one of those car cleaner kits that got like the microfiber towels and the waxes and all this stuff. She brings this and hands it to me as well. So I'm thinking, holy crap, that's $30 right there. She goes and sits down, and all the guys at the table are like, all right, Austin, it's your turn. So I get up, and at this point, I thought my legs might give out, or maybe I could just fake pass out. I could just fall on the floor and they wouldn't make me give a gift. I know I had to been walking the slowest I'd ever walked in my life to take it to him. Well, I took it to him and I handed it to him and I said, with my head down, and I said, I want to go ahead and apologize for this to start with. He just looks at me like, okay. The girls are like crowding around him and they're like, I wonder what it is. That's awful small. Did he go to Jared? So he opens it up and he sees, he misses all the writing on the outside, thank God. So he opens it up and pulls it out, and it's bar soap and a hole in the middle of it. And he holds it up and he's like looking through it and he's like, okay. And so then he like looks at the box, because the girls are like, look at the box, look at the box. And the box said, it's a Weener Cleaner. Caution, don't use with cold water. Could use shrinkage. And it's got all these little catchy sayings on it that are hilarious, had it not be me to give a prank gift that nobody else was giving prank gifts at a formal dinner. So yeah, he just kind of laughed it off, and the girls turned red in the face, and everybody else kind of got a good laugh out of it. Everybody but me, I thought I was going to die. Afterwards, you know, everybody's, you know, talking, discussing, you know, thanks for this gift, thanks for this, and I do not have the balls to approach him and say exactly what had happened. So if you're watching this, I was pranked, and now you know the whole story. It was a very, very awkward moment handing him that bar. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. You enjoyed laughing at my pain. And those of you that pulled the prank on me, I know you're laughing belly hard right now. And those that already know the story are still probably laughing. And now that you know the story, you're probably going to tell the story. And that's okay. That was the whole point of this, was to give you a good laugh on a Friday or Saturday, Sunday, whenever you're watching this. Nonetheless, if you're not already subscribed and you want me to give you a bar of Weener Cleaner, hit that subscribe button right down there and subscribe to the channel. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please, again, like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend, and thank you for watching.
Brought to you courtesy of